Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Now recently I have uploaded lots of videos on the important topics in pharmacy of subject wise important topics of pharmacy first year and second year. So I would really recommend you to go through them. The link will be in the description box below or here somewhere, or you can directly go to my channel and you will find it there. I'm vlogging because I have ward rounds today. Most probably will have medicine ward is pretty much busy, so I might not be able to vlog that much. I really don't know. Mainly we have ALD and CKD patients in, that is alcoholic liver disease and chronic kidney disease patients in medchem, and mainly it is only the male ward. The female ward, there are only 3 patients. I've never seen more than 3 patients in female ward yet. So it is going to be an amazing day. I might be running late, so I'll leave you guys here and I'll check back with you again. Also, at the end of the video, I will be answering an amazing question that was asked yesterday night by one of you. And by the way, sorry for my voice, my throat is not that good. So at the end of the video, I will be answering an amazing question that is asked by one of you, and also maybe I'll do a book review. So stay tuned. So as I told you, I had medicine ward and there were very few patients today. There were just 4 patients in the male ward and there was absolutely no patient in the female ward. But we did take some interesting cases. Like it wasn't, as I said to you earlier, that mainly we have CKD and ALD. But those weren't the patients. We had some interesting cases, such as there was infection due to dialysis, and then there were some others which had tonic-clonic seizures, etc. So it was a good day, I would say. And right now I'm heading to the library for the case study. So I'll see you there. Hi guys, so as I told you that we had some really interesting cases today. So what we basically do in the ward rounds is that we had a medicinal male ward round today. Okay, so we ask the patient, first is the basic information, the name, then their age, etc.
So the name, etc., and then at what time they were administered, etc. What time was their admission into the ward, etc. Then what was the complaint on their admission? Why did the patient come to the hospital at the first place? Then we ask them if about their social history, medication history, etc. Because especially if there is a patient with a cancer, CVS related problem or CNS related problem, mainly it is genetic. We do ask about their family history in case we ask अगर कि आपके घर में परिवार में किसी को भी है क्या कोई भी हार्ट रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम जैसे कि बीपी है, फिर हार्ट का कोई प्रॉब्लम है, किसी का अटैक से डेथ हुआ हो तो, या फिर किसी को डायबिटीज़ है तो, एक्सेट्रा. Then there is previous allergies. Many times patients they are allergic to certain type of antibiotics or certain type of medication, so that is asked. Then provisional diagnosis कि पहली बार patient आया तो फिर उसने जो कुछ बताया और हमें जो कुछ लगा, that is signs और symptoms से क्या डायग्नोसिस निकलता है. फिर उसके बाद फिजिकल एग्जामिनेशन होता है जिसमें वी पैल्पेट द वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ द पेशेंट्स बॉडी सच एज एब्डोमिनल पैल्पेशन एक्सेट्रा. मेनली इज एब्डोमिनल पैल्पेशन एक्सेट्रा. देन देयर इज द लैब टेस्टिंग इन विच वी हैव हेमेटोलॉजी, बायोकेमिस्ट्री, liver function test are very important, and then serum electrolytes and other parameters. So whenever this lab reports we have to see, that time we should know what are the normal values, what are the normal hematological value, what are the normal values for liver function test, kidney function test, etc. Okay, and then we have the drug treatment chart and specialized diagnostic test. In that we have अगर एक्सरे करवाया है, CT स्कैन कराया है, MRI कराया है, कोई भी ऐसा टाइप का स्पेशलाइज डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट कराया, सपोज मैंडॉक्स टेस्ट हो गया एक्सेट्रा, तो फिर उसका रिजल्ट क्या आया और उसका डेट क्या था, that we have to write. And then what was the medication given to him during the admission, like जब से पेशेंट आया और जब तक वो वार्ड में था तब कौन कौन सी मेडिकेशन थी, और डिस्चार्ज मेडिकेशन, दीज टू आर डिफरेंट. क्योंकि मेनली डिस्चार्ज मेडिकेशंस में अपन इंट्रावेनस इंजेक्शन या फिर डोजेस नहीं देते हैं, मेनली द रूट इज ओरल और सबलिंगुअल एंड लाइक दैट, बट इफ द पेशेंट इज एडमिनिस्टर्ड वी गिव हिम इंट्रावेनसली. Then we have then for example if the patient was admitted for 5 days, तो 5 दिन तक उनका IP, OP, stool, फिर partial pressure of oxygen, blood pressure, GIT में palpation, liver, spleen, how are they, etc. And then CVS, S1, S2, murmur, etc. Then RS, added sound, etc. That is measured, and what is the advice given on day 1 and what time and at what date. All these measurements were taken, that is the temperature, then SpO2, BP, etc. अगर डायलिसिस का पेशेंट है, फिर कैंसर पेशेंट है, then mainly their weight is also checked because weight is very important there. So that is pretty much it. And then whenever the patient gets discharged, we know what are the advices given to him on discharge. For example, if there is a patient going through dialysis, then he is asked to have low water intake, low salt intake, etc. So we ask whenever he comes for follow up during dialysis, mainly 3 टाइम वीक में होता है डायलिसिस, तो फिर जब भी आता है पूछते कि आपने अपना खाने में सॉल्ट कम किया था तो फिर कैसे कम किया था, एक्सेट्रा. So that is, and then there are discharge medications, as I told you, that they are mainly oral and they are mainly patient friendly, so that the patient compliance can be increased, adherence can increase. Then whenever the patient gets discharged, we ask him if did you develop any food allergy. Mainly especially for dialysis or cancer, what happens is that if the person has a dialysis or if he is administered into the ward, there are far more chances of him contracting with any kind of infection. So
sorry, I got a call, we have to report back. Now we will disperse from the hospital. So I was saying that on discharge the medication is different. It is given oral to increase the bioadherence, to increase the patient compliance and adherence, medication adherence, etc. And most of the time the patient is sincere enough, they honestly tell if they are consuming their salts in the moderate amount or drinking water in moderate amount or whatever specific instruction is given. For example, especially when, so sorry, I got another call. So yeah, for example, if the patient is having diabetes, so some medications are given postprandial, some are given preprandial, so that has to be taken care by them, because उधर तो हम नहीं होंगे उनको पूछने के लिए या फिर उनको बताने के लिए कि अभी आपको दवाई लेनी है. There are various new instruments, new technologies, such as there comes a pill box and certain reminders that can be installed by the patient to increase his own compliance. बट वो उतना ज़्यादा फेमस नहीं है अभी इंडिया में. कभी कभी होता है, कुछ हॉस्पाइस होते हैं तो फिर उधर होता है. सो दैट इज़ दैट. सो पेशेंट खुद बता देता है जब भी फॉलोअप होता है तो. बट मेनली इफ़ द पेशेंट समटाइम्स इफ़ ही इज़ अल्कोहलिक और Yeah, so if the patient is alcoholic or if he is a regular smoker, chain smoker, then mainly they don't comply with their medication or they don't exactly tell us the truth. Like बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि अपन पेशेंट्स को पूछते हैं तो फिर वो ठीक से नहीं बता पाते. कभी कभी ये भी होता है कि उनको they are not free, they are not frank enough or they don't feel comfortable telling about the symptoms, etc. So cross examination is needed at that time. First thing is कि the patient should know that that he is comfortable in telling you his details, that he is comfortable in telling you whatever symptoms he is facing, whatever family history he has, medication history he has, etc. And that he won't be judged or critically examined because of whatever he tells you. So that is needed here. Lot of empathy and lot of tenderness is given to the patient. Hi guys, so that is it for today's vlog. We had an amazing time at the hospital today. Though we had only 4 to 5 patients, but they were all amazing. They were answering our questions with enthusiasm and they were being true to themselves. Like अगर कुछ नहीं कर रहे तो फिर वो बता रहे थे कि ये मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा है and stuff like that. Because many times what happens is that they don't tell clearly how they are doing it or what they are doing. Like for example, अगर of course अगर कोई डायलिसिस में पेशेंट है तो फिर हम कहते हैं कि सॉल्ट इंटेक थोड़ा कम रखिएगा. So most of the time they tend to deviate from their answers, which is bad because of course we are here to give you the proper healthcare, the proper advice that you need, and if you are not true to us, then how can we help you? Also, I remember there is an amazing quote on this: always be 100% true to your doctor and lawyer. Remember this. Okay, so on that note, as I said earlier in the vlog that I would be having a book review at the end of the vlog and I would be answering a query from the comment section. So this query came yesterday night and it is an amazing query. It is asked by Shivendra Bhaskar. He is an old subscriber, by the way. Hi Shivendra, if you are watching this vlog, then comment down. Okay, so he asked, ma'am, how to manage all the subjects in first year because my college timing is 9 a.m. to 5:15 p.m. and I have no time for self-study. So this usually happens. Most of us, we have, like for example, today I had my day from 8:15 to 4:40. So yes, we do get tired in the morning. For example, today I had hospital and you must be having your practicals of 3 hours. So 3 hours will literally stand, we are consuming most of our energy in those 3 lab hours, and then again 3 to 4 hours we have lectures. So yes, you do tend to get tired and have no energy and time for studying. Well, time has, then also we are lethargic, and not just lethargic but we are also tired. Right now I'm sitting here and doing the vlog because one thing I'm excited to do it, and second because I just had my coffee. Or else on most of the days even I do just come and crash on my bed because yeah, we do get tired. So there are two things that you can do. First is either take a nap. Okay, आप कॉलेज से I suppose 5:15 you get dispersed. So for example, if by 5:45 or 6 p.m. you reach your home and get fresh, then take a 20 minutes nap. Or what you can do is that you can meditate or do some relaxing activity such as read some novel that you like or listen to music, just some relaxing activity for 20 minutes. So these are the two things that you can do, and then continue with your studying. So that will really help you a lot. And also what you should do is that you should listen to your body. Okay, not each and every day is the same. Many times we tend to neglect what our body is trying to tell us. We tend to think that नहीं अभी तो मेरे में बहुत energy, अभी तो मैं teen हूँ, I have lot of energy, I can do this, I can do that. But no, not each and every day is same, right? So listen to your body, listen to its energy demands, what it needs right now. For example, right now I'm vlogging but I do feel a bit tired mentally and physically. So what I'll do now is that I'll make notes. I'll just sit and make notes. So that also you can do. That will also help you a lot, note making. And in case you are struggling with note making, then let me know in the comment section below. I'll make a video on that. Also, please remind me time and again to make vlogs because this vlog, it is literally, I'm vlogging after 7 months. I tend to forget. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section what other kind of videos you would like. And as I said earlier, I have made videos on important topics from each and every subject of PharmD first year and second year. I have videos on scope of PharmD. I have videos on what are the books that are very important, or the books that I referred for my PharmD first year. Now coming to the book review, one second. So coming for the book review, this is the book that I would recommend you guys to read. So this is This is Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, that is the creator of Nike.
This is an amazing book. You must read it. It tells about his struggles when he was just starting the business, how he parents are same everywhere, so how he convinced his parents and how he went on with his business, what are the tactics he applied, the way he talked to his customers, the way he framed his business in his mind, and what kind of idea he had in his mind about his business and how he executed it. So that is there in this book. It is amazing and it is refreshing and it is motivating. So I really hope that you read this book and you like it, and if you do, then let me know in the comment section below. Also, if any one of you has any recommendations for thriller books, then let me know. Okay, so with that, goodbye, and if you have any queries, let me know in the comment section below. You can mail me, DM me, whatever. Goodbye. I forgot to tell you, but please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time that I upload a new video.